election of Ezenwafo as a presidential candidate of a faction of Labour Party comes after that of a former governor of Anambra State, Mr. Peter Obi, who was earlier elected by another faction of the Labour Party at a presidential primary election in Delta State. The emergence of two presidential candidates has brought to the fore the crisis rocking the party. Joining us now to discuss the Labour Party crisis and other developments in the party since the defection of the former Anambra State Governor, Mr. Peter Obi, is the spokesman of the party, Yunusu Tanko. Thank you so much for joining us on Newsday. Glad to have you on the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah. Can you tell us what the emergence of Ezenwafo means, for the Labour Party as a whole and also for the candidacy of Peter Obi?
Let me quickly clear an impression. I'm a spokesman of the National Consultative Front, NC Front, who is actually midwifing the Third Force movement generally. And then the Labour Party happened to be our adopted political party as we stand today. Quickly, with reference to your question, Mr. Ejiofor, interestingly, happened to be a member of ABGA. As we speak, today, the Labour Party do not have any faction. It's just a creation of those who are mischievous in their nature. And this is the story. Callistus Okafor was a member of the Labour Party, but in 2017, Callistus conducted illegal convention, and then it was disregarded by INEC. And in 2018 in Minna, Callistus was suspended as a member of Labour Party, and later on he was expelled in 2019. This is a confirmation of these procedures that had happened over the years. And interestingly, Callistus Kangaroo Convention brought in Mr. Mike Omotosho. Unfortunately, Mr. Omotosho, we lost Omotosho sometime around last week. He died. And then the onslaught continued with A.A. Salam. And A.A. Salam also, we lost him somewhere last year. May their soul rest in peace. So as we are speaking, the people that he went to court against at a particular time, or who created this particular heinous crime, all of them are dead. So, and Callistus sent a text message to the leadership of the Labour Party, to one of our most revered leaders, and he told them that he is no longer a member of the party and that everybody is afraid that he will not come back to the party for whatsoever reason. We have that in writing, as you said. So I don't know where this particular hoax is coming from, saying that he is a member of Labour Party and then he is laying claim and then creating this particular imaginary convention that gave birth to Ezenwafo. And as we speak, you can have the picture of Ezenwafo showing the form of ABGA and a contestant which he lost to Obi Kubana's junior brother. So I wonder where the creation of faction come from. He is not a member of the Labour Party, and he should preferably go in and run for election under the party in which he belongs to. As we are concerned, the chairman of the Labour Party remained Barrister Julius Abure, and the candidate that emerged at the 30th presidential election of the Labour Party in the state of Asaba, where I happen to be an electoral committee member, is and still will be Peter Obi.
Well, thank you for that, Mr. Tanko. It surely seems, especially from what you have been saying, that Mr. Callistus Okafor is a bit of a handful and is creating a bit of a confusion within the party. I want to ask you now, with all that has transpired, since now it seems like the party has completely made it clear that Peter Obi is the candidate, and with all the brouhaha that has happened in the last couple of hours, do you fear that it might take away from the legitimacy of his candidacy and the legitimacy of the Labour Party?
Not at all, because what Callistus Okafor was really asking for in the court was that his case should be consolidated with the Nigerian Labour Congress case. And as we speak today, the Labour Congress and the TUC are members of the Labour Party. This particular issue has been trashed out, and the leadership of the trade union and the Labour Congress all have been assimilated into the National Working Committee of the Labour Party. So there is no issue. So he's standing on nullity as we speak today. So as we are concerned, in fact, the Labour movement, including the TUC, will make strong clarification as regard to Callisto's claim. Callisto has a right as an individual to make, of course, some of the statement that he's making, but it's within also the position of law for us to deal with such character who are trying to create problem within the polity, because some people may cash it on it as we speak. Some of the other political parties are jubilant that there are factions in the Labour Party. I can tell you authoritatively, INEC was at the venue of the Asaba Convention, which produced Peter Obi, and there was no any issue whatsoever. So I think it is high time that we enforce some of our laws in our polity so that such character will be dealt with according to the position of the law, so that they will not be able to continue to create kind of this misleading information into the polity. I think the Law Enforcement Agency to do their diligent duty and take care of some of these particular issues. You can Google right now where you are to find out who is the chairman of the Labour Party. You will find out it is Julius, Barrister Julius Abure. You can Google right now and find out or confirm from what you have seen that who is the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. So, and then you can also find out from your own phone as you stay in your houses, find out was Jude Ezenwanfo contested under Abga. You find the fact there. You see his picture throwing the forms about trying to. So in other words, it is just a misleading and misguided information that is trying to throw, is kind of throwing a wheel in the wheel of spanner of a generational movement that is trying to rescue the country from the quagmire we find ourselves.
Well, very well said. But how confident are you that the electorate will support the Labour Party's presidential candidate? Because based on the rundown you're giving us now, it appears as though the same drama and division which the ruling party is known for is manifesting right there in the Labour Party.
Well, you can't rule out some of these things because those who do not want the country and the party to grow are scared already about the emergence of the candidate. And let me tell you something. This is not about Peter Obi. It's gone beyond Peter Obi. It's about rescuing the country. Don't forget, under our movement is not only Labour Party, we have so many other political parties trying to work together with the Labour Party. We need to rescue this country. And anybody who is trying to cause a problem within the ranks, Nigerian people should come out en masse and condemn that person in large numbers, because such individual is not interested in the development of the country and is only interested in his pocket. And I can read to you, Mr. Cletus Ejiofor Okafor said that he's open. What does that mean? He's open for discussion. Right here, even on your channel, he said he's open for discussion. What kind of discussion? So that's the question you want to ask him. And I think a lot of people, well-meaning Nigerians, should caution Mr. Cletus Okafor on the danger and the path in which he is treading. He's not treading on the right path, and history will not forgive him for even trying, conceiving the idea of trying to even cause problem within an existing political party who is clearly being recognized by INEC and is trying to lead a conglomerate of all other political parties in order to get us out of the shackle of problems that we are already having in Nigeria as of today.
Well, Mr. Yunusu Tanko, thank you so much for joining us on Newsday.